Welcome back everyone. Today we are in the Giants Editor 10.0.5 version for Farming Simulator 25 and we're going to get started. I'm Jewel and today I'm going to show a tutorial about the vehicle shop and the icon thing where you go buy your vehicle stuff and the little store spawn place 1 start and store spawn place 2 start, which is where they spawn the vehicles you buy in. They put them out in a line. And then also I'm going to do in the same video these are all pretty well linked, kind of, sort of, so it's good to do them all together. Uh, we'll go do the vehicle dealer thing here. I'll show you how to get the building in with this building and then separate it. I'll try to hurry. I don't want to take too long. But also we need to add the vehicle selling station vehicle thing uh, for like where you go and repair, like you paint it or you sell it or you return something or you fix something. You know, you add stuff to it, attachments or the little hookup thing to it or whatever you do to it, you modify it. So we're going to add that in this, and they're connected, and I want to show you what you got to do to make it work. Uh, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Appreciate everybody. Hope you enjoyed the last video or a few back, because I already posted some different ones since then, 2 different ones. But I hope you enjoyed the one about the placeable toolkit getting fixed. And like I say, go watch that other person's video that I told about in the video, and hope that helped you with your placeable toolkit. If you didn't see it, go back in my video and look, find where it says how to fix the placeable toolkit for the Giants Editor 10.0.5 version, and you can see how to fix it, and then you can go watch that other video I was telling about. But we're going to go ahead and open it and use it now. Since it works, I'm not going to go back and forth with all the other stuff that we was having to do, but now it works, so we're going to use it. So let's go ahead and get started. I guess what I'll do before I do that is we're going to bring in this building, and I'm going to go down where you can kind of see it. Now, one quick bit of information. This icon, if you had watched my flat map tutorial about setting it up, and I added that and showed some information. I told a lot of this part then, but I didn't get a unique ID for mine, and that's what I'm going to do today. In that one I left it as it was, but in this one I'm going to be getting a new unique ID for it. But you have to connect the XML for this little icon to work properly, because it's on a hotspot in the XML of the vehicle selling station thing that I'm going to set over there. It's in that XML, and that's where it's called from. It used to be called from the map, US or whatever thing. They keep changing names of things, but the hotspot's not there. It's in the other XML. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you how to get the buildings and separate the building, and then we'll get started on the actual bringing in those pieces we need. All right, so let's go to the main game. Go to your main game, and in this case, I'll just open a new file to get there. Well, actually, I already have it open, but I'll go through it again. Let me open a new one. Go to D drive for me. Yours could be in C drive, program files 86, Steam. If you have Steam, Steam apps, double click, common, double click all these, and then farm sim and so on. Or it could be somewhere else. I don't know where yours is. You got to know where your main game is installed at. Mine's in D drive, and it's in Steam library. Double click, Steam apps, double click, common, double click, farm sim 25, double click, data, double click. And in this case, we'll go to maps, double click, maps US, double click, then textures, double click, buildings, double click, and we'll roll down to vehicle trader, double click, and you can see the picture of the building. So that's the image. And if you saw that other toolkit, me fixing the placeable toolkit, the XML, the Lua file, this icon didn't show up when we went in game, and I told you that I'd have to explain that, but I already have explained it in a past video, the flat blank mat one, but I'm going to explain it in this one because this is specifically doing that on my map. But this picture didn't show up in the other thing for the sawmill or whichever one we went in game for. I believe it was a sawmill because we didn't add that extra information that told it to come look for the picture. So that's something you have to make sure that if you don't put that underneath your placeables XML line or unique ID thing, that information that's telling it to go look here, it won't find it. And you got to put your right store item information, a path to, so it'll know to come into this place to look for it. Now this is the vehicle trader building. So if I double click this, I don't think my button clicked it good when I clicked it. I'm gonna double click it again, hit OK. You'll see that this is the building. We'll close that and you'll see that's the building. If you turn around, that's the other building. Now don't delete nothing in here, but we're gonna go ahead and X this out and then say we don't wanna now there's a couple ways you could do it. You could export it with the files, put it in your map, this, that, and the other thing. But you don't have to do it that way. It should be fine. We're going to hit no, don't do nothing to it. We're just going to drop it out into this map area. Now this one is the, I'll go ahead and show you, open it up. It's the props, just the things on the outside of the building, as you see there. Now I don't necessarily want those right now. I may do it later, but for now I don't want that. So we're going to put it here. We're going to grab this with the left mouse button, hold it down, and drag over into our map and let go. It put that in here at the bottom down here, and you'll see it's at the center of the map, okay, over there. So now I can move that, but you need to move that whole thing, see, to the spot you want it. Okay, so I'm going to click on mine and see what my thing said here. Okay, so these are my numbers here for where this one is. So basically if I wanted it, the other one there, I could just find where I want it, hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, turn it, set it up just how I need it, whatever the case. Now, you see this building is actually further away, and I don't have distance enough to do that if I wanted to leave it kind of connected the way they have it. Because remember, we bought the items in the Riverbend map here, it lined them up right out here, and then over here was where we would return items or, you know, sell something or fix it or paint it or whatever. So and this building don't have nothing to do with that. That's a separate trigger thing, and I'm gonna put my trigger thing down here where this building is, but I just picked a different building for that. But this building I want here just for looks. So, but I need it to be closer because I don't have room to do that. So what you're going to do if you want to do that is create a transform group. You're going to open this up. You're going to pick out that one. See how that highlighted just that little building? Then you're going to take your middle scroll wheel, hold it down, the little rolling wheel, and hold that button down, drag into transform and let go. Okay. Now you're going to click on the barrels because they were part of that too. If you see over here, this thing's over here, but the barrels are highlighting here. See what I'm saying? So we're gonna do the same thing for them. Hold the middle scroll wheel, drag it down to transform, right there, let go. Then we're gonna you can click on everything and just double check the rest of it. Okay, so those you need, the interior, see, but that has parts of that, so you're gonna open that one and go to the garage one. Okay, you don't want to get the other ones, you want to get the garage one, right? So you're just going to pull that out of this hit the middle scroll wheel, drag it to transform, and then you can close that one. And then you're going to open collisions, and in this case we're going to duplicate this one for a second. You're going to hit Control D as in dog, duplicate that, okay? Then you're going to click back on up here on the one, COL1, and you're going to delete that one because you don't want it in this one up here. But we're going to grab this collision thing and drag it into the transform with the middle scroll wheel. Then we're going to open the collisions thing and click on collision 2 or COL2 because it's highlighting that one, and we're going to delete that one out of there. So now the 2 is in this one for the vehicle dealer, and now and this one is the one for the other one. So now we're just going to rename, click on transform and rename this one. And the building's called Motor X or something. So I'm just going to call it that for now. And that's the name of that building. So now it popped that in there. Now if we minimize that, you'll see, if you turn where you can see that thing that drags it around, you can move just that building now. Now, if you hadn't done that, if you hadn't done what I just did and moving that out of there, you couldn't move that building in one go. Let me show you, because I should have showed that first, but let me just drop one more in there. Let's drop another one in there and just show you. Alright, so now we're going to open that and we're going to click on the other. We got to bring it over here where we can see it. Hang on. Control B, left mouse click, left mouse click. Okay, now back up a little, twist it. Alright, so now let me show you. If I click on this one and I think, okay, it's all highlighted, now I can move it. Watch what happens. Well, we left a bunch of stuff behind, didn't we? See, that's why you can't just do it that way. So I'm going to hit undo, and then of course we're just going to delete that one. So if you don't separate it the way I showed you, you can't move it separately. And then after that, now you can move it separately and just take and get it into position wherever you're going with it, come down, whatever the case. You're not going to be able to hit Control B to put it there because your little thing's way over there. You technically could put it in a folder. You could create a new transform group. Let me get down here. I should have put it a little lower, but hit Control B and put the new transform here, right there where you would want it, and then click on that and drag it into the new transform. Then click on the transform, and now you'll be able to move it like that. And then if you hit Control B, you'll be all set. But you need to make sure when you have it sitting on the ground, when you set this little gizmo where on the ground where it needs to be, so that it would put it right on the ground like the Control B would do. Then you could separate that and like get it where you want if you wanted to, or you could just, however you want to do it, change the name of this to that or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So I'm not going to do that. I'll take that out. I'm not worried about that. Well, I'm going to be deleting it anyway since I already have one done. So I'm going to delete this one and then delete this new one. And that one's already done, so I already did it. So that's how you do that. Put them into place. You're all set. Okay? Fix your ground, whatever. Now, I guess I'll show you real fast where this building is if you wanted to use it. And then this is where we're going to be putting that. And this just says Riverbend Auto Repair, which I'll probably be putting a sign over that potentially, or changing that. But for now, it's okay for the example. And that's the building I'm going to throw right there. I know on my 22 map there was a much bigger building there, but I hadn't found one I wanted for that. We may change it later, but for now we're not. Now if we'll go to here, I'll show you. It's in here. It's in D drive. It's the same path I just took you through to get to the buildings. Let's just go on back through it. So you just go all the way through. So you go from D, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FarmSim 25, Data, Maps, Maps US, Textures, Buildings, double clicking all these, and then you got to find the car repair service, double click, and then you would drag that one into your map, and the other one of course is the props. So then you would hit, with that highlighted, you'd hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and it would put it over here, and then you need to just adjust it to whatever you needed it, whatever height. And usually you want to look at the doors and these little things here. So you would need to situate your ground to where that would show over there, but you would have to try to get your ground. See how mine is? This one was flat. I had flattened the ground, so this made the ramp show and that show, and it didn't go past the door jamb. Okay, so just situate your ground. This is kind of on a hill, that's why it's not doing right. But if I was to put it over here, it would do much better. So, and you just get it situated, and you'll be all set. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Alright, so now we need to put in those pieces of information I told you use our placeable toolkit so we can bring it in. Now what I told you to do on the blank map thing, and if you followed that tutorial to get your blank map, I told you to leave this vehicle shop thing in there because it's not in there otherwise. If you didn't, go to your main game, open the map US, and just bring it in that way. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. So basically, go all through those files to FarmSim25, like through your main game stuff again. Then get to FarmSim25 data maps, Maps US. Then double click to open Maps US. Open it up. As soon as it opens, it's going to take a second. As soon as it opens, go on and put that one in there, export it with files or whatever you need to do, and then import it into your map, after you make a file called Vehicle Shop, and put the information in there. So we'll kind of sort of do it. I ain't going to do the full deal because I already have left it in there from when I started, and I had the blank map going. I left it there. I can't find it in the files. It could be in the files, but I couldn't find it. The vehicle shop thing, just so you could pull it from there instead of having to open the map. I don't know where it's at. I didn't see it. I didn't look through everything, but I didn't see it. So that's why I'm coming into the map to get it. Otherwise, I'd be going into the files to get it. So it's going to take some time to open the map. But that you just open your main game map. Go in there to wherever that vehicle shop thing is. Export selection with files. Go make the folder name in your map, vehicle shop. Then it'll make a shape file for it. Then you're going to go ahead and import it into your map and put it where you want it. And once you put it where you want it, I'll be able to tell you how you can modify the XML, the Selling Station Vehicle XML file, to add that location to where you just put that vehicle shop icon, because they have that one in that Selling Station Vehicles i3Ds. It's in the XML, but it's calling the i3D for the other thing. They put both of them in there for some reason. I don't know why this isn't loading. It's taking an awful long time. Like what? Did I click something wrong? That's just weird. Trying to not click anything, to be patient. Sometimes the computer's, there we go. Sometimes you just have to wait. Sometimes you think something's not going to happen and it will. Just be patient. It takes time, but it makes you want to click, and you really don't need to do that when just be patient. Once it gets there, click it out. Go to the gameplay thing here, find the vehicle shop, open it, click the vehicle shop trigger, hit F as in Frank on the keyboard to take you there, and there you go. Now, so you just take this whole vehicle shop thing and it'll pull all that with it, because you need all that, and just hit File, Export Selection with Files, put it to your map. So wherever your map is, mine's in My Games, FarmSim25 Mods, Jules Peaceful Valley Maps, Maps US, and in this case you could put a folder, so just put new folder, call it Vehicle Shop, and then double click, whoops, my bad, no, they don't like that. Okay, it says it already exists. Did I? Oh yeah, I did have one. Do I want to merge it? No. Let's see what they did. Looks like they just left it a new folder. I'll title it Vehicle Shop with a 1, because I had deleted the other one, so it's not really that important. Double click this to open this one, and then put the name Vehicle Shop here, like that, and then hit save. Then hit yes and yes to get all the information, and then you're done in here. You need to leave it, X out of here, and don't move anything or mess with anything. Just X out, say no, don't do anything, don't save it, because you don't want to change anything. Then you're going to come back to your map, hit File, hit Import, it'll take you right back to the one you just did. You can see it's in the Vehicle Shop 1 folder, which I just showed you. You'd click on that and click open. If you didn't get back to there, go back through to your map, go back through till you get to the file, wherever you put it, and that's where it's going to be. So just go there, find it, and then hit open. It'll bring it in. You can see it's here. It's got all the information you need. Then you would Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and of course if you do that, you really shouldn't have done what I just did. Actually, we're going to undo that one. I made a mistake. Don't move the where it is already. Let me see if I can undo that. There we go. Open it, and then put it. Go ahead before you do. Hit the middle scroll wheel and drag it up and throw it into the gameplay area, and then click on the Vehicle Shop trigger and hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and just move it like that, and leave your other one at 0, 0, in my opinion. Okay. Now, and then just drag this into place wherever you need it, and you'll be all set. Okay. And then this one already set up, as you can see. You can see the difference. They're both the same. This is here, and that is over there. So these you need to bring over here as well. So if you bring them, you need to bring these. They're way over there. You're just going to pick one of them, hit Control B, left mouse click, turn it where the blue is facing the way you want the vehicles to face when they come in. So if you want the vehicles to face toward the road, like the front of the truck face the road and the back of the truck to face behind it, like over here, then you would put it like that. Then you would open this up and you'll see it's over there. So as long as you're not hitting anything on that one, you're good. And then you could also, if you need to bring it down to the ground, you can. You could hit Control B and point right at that spot and put it right on the ground. So it's not going to hurt anything, and it will follow that line. So it's going to follow that line and load those vehicles in right there. Now you can shrink it if it's too close to something. You can move that. Just watch where you're putting it. Don't put it under the map. And do the same thing for this one. You're going to have to pick another spot for it. Hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click. So let's pretend that's a good spot. And it's going to point the vehicles this way. Now you want to get them a little bit away from the building, because you got to figure a big old truck's going to be longer than what's, so just give it a little room. And then you're going to click the other one and you'll see it come over here, and that it's nothing in the way. That would work. It'd go straight down and keep loading them in this way. It'd be a line of them here. So that would be good, and you'd be all set. And hit save, and you're all set with that. For now, we're not through. We still got to program in that number of where we put it into that XML. Alright, but in this case, I already have it up here. So I'm going to delete this one. You keep yours because you just did it. But I'm deleting this one, and we're gonna add the information to where mine is at into the XML. Okay? So you keep the one. I'm keeping this one. I already laid it out, as you can see. This one's over here. It starts there. It goes that way, and it comes to here. I shortened it. This one over here starts here and goes down there. So that's where they're going to load in at. Now if I don't like that later, I can always move it. I don't really care. I think it's fine. We got this hill here, so I was trying to keep it in a decent place where the big vehicles could land. So then you would come up here and you could come up here on your thing. You still have all this, see? You have all your little information things. Your little spawn thing. Your marker icon, which is that little bitty thing. See? And then you have your trigger, which is the box. And then this is your player spawn thing, where your player pops in and where he's going to stand after you. You walk up to that, you hit R as in Richard, and then it goes in there. But once you pop back out, you're going to be standing over here. You're going to be looking over there. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to move along to the function of bringing it in. We need the pre-placed thing for this little spot that already has this little, what is that called? I can't even think. Warning stripes. Okay, So we're going to come to scripts, shared scripts, map, placeables, placeable toolkit. We're going to leave it on the FarmSim25 because that's where it is in this case. Yours will be wherever your farm sim is, if that's what you're doing in this particular case. Then on the map placeables config, we're going to click this folder, go to the map you're working on, which in my case is Jules Peaceful Valley. My games, double click, farm sim 25, double click, mods, double click, Jules Peaceful Valley, double click, maps, double click, map US, double click, config, double click, and then click once on placeables to put it in the file name box and click open. It's put it in this here, this line of information. You can see this one's in D drive, which is where my main game is. This is C drive, which is where my mods, my normal mods folder is for Farming Sim to go into the game. And then I'm going to click on the create placeable referenced. Then we're going to go to D drive because that's my main game and that's where this information is located. Now if it was located in somebody else's map, then that's where you would be putting in those two boxes. The top box up there, mod folder box, and this create placeable reference box, you would be putting it to wherever map you're getting the stuff from. Now in this case, this bottom one, you would take it to the XML. This create placeable reference, you would go to the XML. Up here, I haven't tried getting something from somebody else's map, but I'm assuming it would just go to the folder it was in, not the actual XML. But I'd have to verify that. Okay? So now we're going to take it all the way through. We already clicked create placeable reference. Now it's time to go find it in the main game, which is D drive, Steam library, double click Steam apps, double click common, double click FarmSim25, double click. And if you have that mess up, just click over here once and then two clicks again. Okay, and then double click data. In this place, go to placeables, map US, double click, roll down to selling points, double click, then selling station vehicles, double click, and then click once on selling station vehicles XML. That's the XML. When you see this on mine, they keep changing the thing. Sometimes it looked like a sheet of paper, a file, it's always different. They changed it to this, so that's what, if you see that, that's the XML document. And then selling station vehicles pops up here, then click open. And now, look what happened. It generated it. And remember, it hadn't been generating it when it was broke. And we put that code of information in the placeable toolkit Lua, and now it works. And I showed both ways of doing the 10.0.3 and doing the code. And then you go look at that other person's channel that showed it a little different way of the same thing, but they're the ones that showed the code. And that's how I fixed it. Okay, so now we want that to write to our XML, but first we're just going to put it where we want it. I will have to get rid of that other one. I must have left something in there. Alright, so this little box, see the little bitty box? That's going to be the little icon. So I'm trying to put it close, but not too close. So I'm trying to kind of match it to where I had it. Alright, so that's pretty much going to do where I had it. Alright, pretty much. Let's just scoot it just a little bit. Right there. Alright, so there's where it's going to be. We're going to pull up right there. We'll be able to sell it, do what we need. There's the little icon. We'll be able to just pop in there, touch it, hit the wrench, whatever. Now we're going to hit X. It's going to ask us, do we want to save it to, and then it tells us what it wants to save it to. Jules Peaceful Valley map, maps US config, placeables.xml. Yes. If you were to put the main game thing here, then do not save it to there, because that's going to mess your main game up. Do not put your main game thing here. This is for your map you're working on, and it's for the placeables XML. It's telling you to go to the map config, placeables XML. Okay, maps US config placeables.xml. Yes, we want it to save it so it can write that code, that unique ID in there for us. Yes. So if we click on here, it says pre-placed selling station vehicles. So if we click on there, click user attributes, guess what? There it is. There's our unique ID number. Click in there, go all the way over, and you can see there's your number. And that's what it wrote in your XML of the placeables XML. Now you see this where it says file name, XML file name? we're going to have to change this to our map, and we need to go get the XML and put it in our map and call it from our map and change the store item from our map so that ours will call it and it will go to the right spot. Otherwise, that little icon thing is not going to be working right. It would have worked, it would have showed up, but there's issues with it. It's not in the hotspot. You have to put the where you put it, so it'll say, "Yep, that's where it is." Okay? If you don't, it's not going to do right. So we need to go to this file. All you got to do is follow this path. See this path? Data, placeables, map, US, selling points, selling station vehicles, XML. So that's where we're going. We'll save it in a minute. And let me go. We'll go to here. So we'll just go through the whole thing. D, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS25, Data, Maps. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Got to go to selling points. No, I should have went to placeables. You got to go to placeables. That's correct. So what you do is when you get to data, go to placeables. Maps US down to selling points, then selling station vehicles, then click on the selling station vehicles XML, right click, hit copy, do not cut, leave the main game one there, and then go to your game, wherever your map is, My Games, FS25, Mods, Jules Valley Maps, double clicking all these, Map US, and in this case I'm going to put it in my config folder, and I already did, but I'm just showing you the process. Right click, hit paste, it puts it in there, okay? This is mine. Then you're going to open it. So right click on it, edit with Notepad++. It says it changed. This file's been modified. We'll see. I might have to fix. I've got to fix it anyway, but I gotta make sure that the placeable ID. We gotta delete my old one, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna hit yes. All right. So now we're gonna go back to the map and go to over here so we can get the information we need. Alright, see this thing? We're going to go to the trigger part. See this over here, the translate X, Y, and Z? Then you got the 90 and the rotate Y spot, and the rest is 0. You're going to click to the end of it. Hit Shift, Control, and C. Okay, that's to copy it. And it'll copy. If you click it in the right spot, you put it at the front, it won't work. Put it at the back, it'll work. It'll grab all three of these. Okay? And we'll run on over to the placeables XML area where we were, but it's not the placeables XML. It's in the store, the selling station vehicles XML of the map you're working on, which this is what it is. Jules Valley map. See, go back to config, selling station vehicles, the one we just stuck there. Edit with Notepad++. You see this line where it says hotspots, shop, and it's got all that information. This world, teleport world position, this here, that's what you need to change those top three numbers to, and that's what, and then you'll put it there as well, but then you'll erase the middle number right there. So these are the same numbers, but you just get rid of the middle number. So I'm going to right click there and click paste, and then obviously it was the same. Then you're going to click here, drag over, you would right click and click paste. Then you're going to click to the front of this little minus. Don't take the minus away. You're going to backspace 1 and then go all the way through these numbers and stop. Leave that space there. Now all you took away was one space and this number, these sets of numbers in the middle. Now you got the world position, and you got the front number and the back number, top or bottom, however you want to say it. Now you need to hit save. So save it. You see it's already calling the i3D right here. Base game, file name, i3D, selling station vehicle. This XML is calling this i3D, but it's also calling this world position for the shop. And it's a hotspot to say, there you go, there's the shop. See? And it's got the warning stripes, it's got the player trigger marker, it's got the wrench that goes with the selling station vehicle thing that I told you was the little box. And it has all the information you need. So you don't need to change anything else technically. Excuse me. You could change things. I wouldn't change anything else necessarily. You know, we pretty well did what we need to do. We've saved it. We're good to go. Now let's go back. Okay, so now that's going to call it, but we still got information we need. So now we're going to go back to our map so we can look at the placeables XML to show you what it did do. It created this selling station vehicles and this unique ID. Now this up at the top, I already had one from the flat map one that I did, and if you'll look back at that video, you'll understand. This was the main game one though. 842 is the main game one. And it works, and it would work, and it did work, and it's fine. But I wanted a unique ID. So this is going to replace that one, first of all. And once that one deletes, those other little XML things should probably the warning stripes, the secondary ones should disappear, I would think. But see this line of information here? We need it. And this one here, this last little placeables. So what you would do if you didn't have it is go to that spot to get it. The same spot you just took and got that building from. Okay? It's going to be, well, it's in your placeables XML is what I'm saying, but the picture is there. That's the one we're calling because we want it to show the picture of that building. So first I'm going to take this here that we just put in there. Now you won't have to do that. Yours, if you had a blank one in here, you won't have to do what I'm doing right now. It would have just generated it. Then you would go and get that information, this custom image and this placeable line, and you would stick it right under it. And you would take this / right here out, and that's it. And you'd be done. But in this case, I need to move it. I should have actually cut it. Let me do that again. I should have cut it. I want to overwrite this one because I want its own unique ID. Paste it over it. And now I'm going to leave that there, but I'm going to go show you where to get it. Go to your main game. And we'll just do it this way. D drive, go down to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS25 Data, Maps, Maps US, Config, go to the placeables XML. Oops, I didn't mean to double click it. It will show it to you though. Right click, edit with Notepad++. Come in here and find it. Here it is here. Selling station vehicles. See, 842 was the original one, which I don't want to keep the original. I wanted my own unique one. But this other line, you're going to grab behind this placeables, hold down left mouse button, drag up, highlight the custom image too. This is going to get this information to the vehicle trader map icon. And you're going to right click and hit copy, not cut, because you want to leave it in the main game. You don't want to mess your main game up. Go back to your map and put it in your placeables XML. So just go back to the map, right click, edit Notepad++. Come up here and you would click at the end of this, take away the /. See how it popped that into purple? If the / is there, it don't do the close. Like you need it to close like these are. You need that to close when there's two. And so you gotta have this / out of there only if there's another line under it. These lines don't need that. They need the / because there's not another line of information under it with a placeable under that. It's only because of that. Otherwise, you would need the line. But this one has a line, the one that's under it. So see what I'm saying? So it has a line, it just has it the next line. So if there was two more lines, you'd probably only need the last one. Alright, so now you would then hit enter right here, and it'll space down, go over to the end, right click and click paste. It's going to pop that in there, which I can delete it because I got two now. But you can see that it popped it in there and it's lined up. and it highlights that because we got rid of the forward slash. And that's all you need to show that image, and you'll be all set. So I'll delete that one, and then I'll click here at the front and hit backspace to make it go up, and we'll be all set. I technically could back this up just a little, something like that. That's good. Hit save, and we're done with that. Alright, so we added the XML, but we need the store item. But I already have the store item, but if you don't, you need to get it. So we're going to go to the store items in my map, right click, and edit with Notepad++. Now, if there's a store item, you need it. If it's not, then you don't. So let me see if there is one. I'm trying to remember if there is one. There may not be one. Let me see. Restaurant. I don't see one. So up here it is. It is one. And you see how I put maps US config selling station vehicles? Why? Because that's where mine is, and we changed that XML. So if we don't put that and we leave it as data placeables, they're going to call and put those things where the main game one put it in Riverbend. But you wanted to put it where you put it, where you put that vehicle shop, and you put those coordinates in the XML, right? So go look at your map, and you'll see Jules Peace Valley, then you got maps US, then you got wherever it was. So it's in this place, it's in config, and then it's selling station vehicles. So now you know you got to put maps US config selling station vehicles. So type that out, take away the data if you had that in there, put selling station vehicles.xml in there, and hit save. And you'll be all set, and it'll show that picture, and it'll do everything. It's going to call it to that one. Now you got to go check, double check and you can put also, let me go under locations. That's probably where that other one is because I had one. So it's going to be under buying. Yep, I'm going to have to get rid of that one. So I already had one there, so that's why that thing was there. So this is the original. Let's click it. The main game one. So we're going to get rid of that. Alright, so this one we're going to delete. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. The one we just did right here, we're going to middle scroll wheel click and hold it down and drag it to building stations area. And now that one's there, and we got rid of those little extra lines here. So now, if you don't have these file folders and you want them, you need to just type them in. Create a transform group, and then of course come over here and type it, whatever you need. If you need map one, type map, and it's going to type the map. Then you would create another one. Then you would type location. I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to put LOC, and then that would be location. Then you would drag with the middle scroll wheel that one into the map one. So the location's into the map one. So this one into the map one. And then you would type it, create another transform group, and then write it, the name of it, as buildings. So you just come over here and write buildings. Okay? And then you would drag it into the location one. Then you would do another one, buying stations underscore area, capitalize all of area, and do the same thing. And then once you had that, drag it into buildings, okay, with the middle scroll wheel. And then you just throw your pre-placed selling station vehicle in the buying station one. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to delete that one. I already have it. There you go. Now this is user attribute is its own. It's not the main game one anymore. It's its own. And this is needed to be changed. The XML now needs to be changed. Why? Because it's calling the main game. It's not calling the one we put that hotspot information, the world position and the world translation. It's calling the main game. Now we got to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of placeables and data, delete, and selling station points. We got to get rid of that. Okay. And I think we're going to have to get rid of selling station vehicles because we only have one, which is the XML. So we have the XML, we have a map US, but we need a map or maps. Let's go double check. I think it's maps. Go back to your main thing and see. So it's maps, maps US, config, and then that. So if you scoot this over, you can go back and then hit maps / maps US. Then we're going to type config, make sure it's whatever the other one was. So whatever your path is, I don't know what your path is, everybody's path's different. Maps US config, and then selling station vehicles.xml. Now we're going to hit save. Now we have saved all the buildings and all the things we moved and everything. Now give it time to do its thing, and we're set to go in the game and see that it works. Okay, and remember, it's going to put my vehicle thing, it's going to put my vehicle shop thing there. It's going to bring in my spawns starting here and going that way, and then another one there starting there and going that way. Alright, so we're going to go on in the game, show you that it works, and we'll be all done. So I hope that helped and hope you enjoyed, hope this made sense. Sorry if it's been too long, but I wanted to get a good explanation because the vehicle shop thing's not normally there in the files, and I wanted to just show you how to do it if you needed to. But that's pretty much going to do it once I show you that it works. Hopefully you enjoy. Appreciate everybody. Smash that like button. Please watch the channel. Watch the playlist. It helps the channel grow. Helps the hours. Helps the other people find the videos. So anything you like, just look through them. And hopefully I can get this map moving along. I'm gonna be showing each piece that I put on the map, and you pretty much will be able to see step by step of how to do this stuff. Alright, it's going to take time. I haven't opened it today. Alright. There we go. But I appreciate everybody. Hope you are enjoying the tutorials. Check out my gameplay. I have Farming Simulator gameplay. I have Farming Simulator 17, 19, 22, and 25 gameplay. I have Ranch Simulator. I have Gold Rush the Game, which is now Gold Mining Simulator, and some other games you might like, so check them out. A game to do with like a fast food restaurant, so check that out. Right now I don't have internet, so I can't really post any of those types of videos of the gameplay because it takes too much to upload. I'm using a hotspot to upload what I upload. I've been posting about every 3 days. Hopefully can get internet going soon. I think they're potentially putting fiber in the area, but I don't think they're really through fully yet. So I'm happy to see. I'm hoping to get something better when I do get it. But then I'll be back to posting some of the other videos as well. I'll still be posting map stuff. Hopefully after we get going, we'll get this map done and then start on some other map stuff. But I want to show you how to do all the things, so hopefully you can build your own map. So if you'll watch through, I've been putting step by step. It's obviously not in that order, but it'll help people that don't know anything figure things out. So just go by that, and what you know, you can just keep looking because each video tells something new. All right. Now we get started. Jump in, and now we're at the farm, as you can see, and we're going to hit escape. And as you can see, what do we have? This little icon. What else do we have? The picture. If you hadn't took away that / in the placeables XML after you added in that map placeables XML, that you went and got the icon information, the custom image and all that, this still wouldn't have worked. But as long as you add in both that line, the placeable line, the custom image line, and take away the / this icon will show up. Now hit visit, and look, where are we? It spawned us, see? So now we got to back up, and we can see it. Okay? So it spawned us on there. We hit R as in Richard. And now look, we got to go buy a vehicle. So let's go buy something. Just buy a truck. We'll go ahead and lease it. I don't need nothing much. Back out, back out, back out. And it popped us a little further over. As you can see where that little spot was, I told you, the player spawn. And now we're looking this way. Now we see the truck. And it's going to line them all up right here. Then it would start lining them all up right there. Now I'm going to go on and drive over there. I don't think I need to show that it's going to all line up, because that's pretty much going to, it's going to do it. I don't need to show that, but I do want to show this one. And as you can see, we come down here, drive up on this little spot here, get out, walk over to the wrench. That's why I stuck it over here like it was kind of at the door. And then hit R as in Richard. Now we can return it because we don't own it, we leased it. But otherwise, if we'd have bought it, we could do other stuff, because you do customized work. But I'm gonna hit return, so to show you that the function works, hit yes. It says it's been returned, and we are good. But you can see that it worked. You can see our little stuffs here, and we're all set. So that's what it looks like. Got a bird somewhere. Look at there. But this is the Jules Peaceful Valley map. We're going to be working on it. We're going to be changing a lot of things from what it was in 22, obviously, because there's different buildings in Farm Sim 25. But hey, we're working on it. Got to get moving. And I think that's going to do it. But pretty much they would line up the trucks, would come all the way down to here, about somewhere over here, wherever I stuck that. And it would be just a whole line of trucks for the second store spawn thing. So each time you buy one, I guess we'll buy a couple things. We could buy a motorcycle, maybe that would be faster. But it fills it up for you. So make sure you place it where you want, and you'll see it's facing the road as you do it. So just come back and hit R right here. Let's see. Get this motorcycle. That ought to be quick. And just lease. Yes. Okay. Lease. Yes. Okay. Just gonna buy a bunch just to hurry. I don't know how many spots I probably should have got something bigger. I don't know if these are how much space they make it take up. Just do that real quick. Try to make it turn the corner to go the other way, just so you can see. I don't know how many I needed to buy. Let's just check. We didn't have quite enough, but you see it points to the road. So if we go and buy a couple more, we could buy a couple trucks. Let's get a couple trucks. Alright. I just want it to turn the corner there so you can see it. That ought to turned it by now. No, not quite. Well, let's get something else. Alright, lease that. Alright, let's see what we got here before we run out of money. Should be turning the corner any second. Alright, that ought to do it. There it goes. These all lined up here. You can see. They're facing the road. Wherever the blue is pointing, that's where it's going to face. And you can see how much room I left. I wanted room to drive between. I didn't want to be able to block into anything. And I kept these back because if a truck lands here, a bigger truck is going to put it a little further over, like a diesel. Then you got to, figure on that. You can see it would have went all the way down the hill till about right over there. But that's the way I lined it up. But anyway, we're going to call it here. I hope you enjoyed. Please smash that like button. Subscribe. Turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.